Solve the equation where x belongs to R. At this moment, I encourage you to pause the video and solve it by yourself. Okay, I will solve it now. First, I will find the domain for this equation. The expression under square root cannot be negative because I'm solving this in real numbers. X squared minus 5x plus 6 is more or equal to 0. I will solve this quadratic equation by factorizing, so coefficient a is equal 1, b is negative 5, and c is equal to 6. Now I'm looking for two numbers, something times something, which is equal to c, which is 6. And something plus something equals b, which is negative 5. So those numbers will be negative 2 and negative 3. So solving quadratic equation is inequality. First I will solve the equation. So factorizing will be x minus 2 times x minus 3, and I will solve equation first. This is equal 0. So I multiply two things and get 0. So first thing is 0, or second thing is 0. X is 2, or x is 3. Now I will solve the inequality. This will be graph of this function will be parabola with arms up because coefficient a is positive. So this looks like that. It was more or equal. So I will shade those circles. This is 2, this is 3, x. So the answer for this inequality will be more than 0 is here, and this is less than 0. So the answer is x belongs to from minus infinity to 2 and from 3 to plus infinity. Similarly, the expression under 8th root, this expression cannot be negative. This is also positive or equal to 0. So 9x minus 10 minus 2x squared is more or equal to 0. I will simplify this. Minus 2x squared plus 9x minus 10 is more or equal to 0. Now I don't like to have coefficient of x squared negative, so I will multiply both sides of this inequality by negative 1. 2x squared minus 9x plus 10. When I multiply or divide by negative, when I solve inequality, I need to remember to change the sign of inequality. It was more or equal, now it will be less or equal to 0. And now I will solve this inequality. It will be a little easier. So again, coefficient a 2, b is negative 9, and c is equal to 10. So now I will a is more than 1. I will calculate what is ac. A times c, 2 times 10 is 20. And in this moment, I'm looking for two numbers, something times something to get 20, to get AC, and something plus something is equal to negative 9, this is equal to B. Those numbers are negative 4 times negative 5. So to factorize that quadratic, I will do 2x squared minus 4x minus 5x. Minus 4 minus 5, this is my minus 9x plus 10. And I will first solve equation. When I solve inequality, first I solve really equation. In this expression, I will factorize 2x in front of bracket, so it will be 2x times x minus 2. In this expression, I will factorize negative 5 in front of bracket. So now I will have x minus 2 times 2x minus 5, and this is equal 0. Multiply two things to get 0, so first thing is 0, or second thing is 0. So x is 2, or 2x is 5, so x is 2.5. Now I will solve the inequality. So let's say I'm solving this inequality here. Coefficient of a is positive, a is equal to 2, so my parabola will have arms up. And I'm looking for inequality less or equal to 0. So zeros are at 2 and 2.5. My parabola has arms up. Circles are shaded because this was less or equal to 0. So this is more or equal to 0 for those x's, less than 2. Between 2 and 2.5 is less than 0. And here, more than 0. So the answer for this inequality is x belongs to from 2 to 2.5, including because was equal to 0 as well. So the domain for this problem is really, my first condition was less than 2 or more or equal to 3. That was condition 1. And condition 2 here is from 2, including 2, to 2.5 only. Here is somewhere 2.5, that point. Okay, so the domain, I can see those two inequalities have to be satisfied. So domain for the whole problem, when both conditions are true, both inequalities are true, domain for this problem is really just one point. X is equal to 2. Only x is equal to 2 satisfies both inequality. This point here, inequality first one, and here, inequality second one. So, I found domain. So I can just check if x equals 2 is my solution. Is it solution to my equation? My equation was x squared minus 5x plus 6, square root of that, was equal to 8th root 9x minus 10 minus 2x squared. And domain again is only x equals 2. So I will check when x is 2. Left side of this equation is just square root of x squared, so 2 squared, minus 5x, minus 5 times 2, plus 6, which is equal 4 minus 10 plus 6, which is equal just square root of 0. Square root of 0 is 0. And when x is 2, right side of the equation will be equal 8th root. X is 2. 9 times 2 minus 10 minus 2 times 2 squared, which is equal 8 root of 18, 9 times 2, minus 10, 2 times 2 squared, so 2 times 4, 2 times 4 is minus 8, which is equal to 8 root of 0, which is equal to 0. Both sides are equal for x equals 2, so x equals 2 satisfies that equation. So this is my answer. Answer for this problem is x is equal to 2. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to check my other math video problems and consider liking, sharing and subscribing.